it's not often that I'm impressed by someone who knows their social media. This guy knows his shizzle. He knows what he's talking about. I'm about to interview Raj. He's the man. He's the marketing director, communication officer for Carrier Bag Shop.
Yeah.
He's interviewed Gary Vaynerchuk. He's interviewed some of the best people in social media, and he knows his stuff. So for the next couple of minutes, we're going to explore his brilliant mind. First question is, what is it that gives you that little excited feeling in your belly when you're doing social media either for yourself or for a client?
Because I think social media that works well is an extension of how you are as a person anyway. So, I mean, how old are you? Over 30.
How do I look?
Let's assume that you're over 30 and I'm over 30 as well.
Okay.
We remember when social media was handing somebody a business card.
That's right.
Because that is a piece of media and it's often shared in a social or business environment. And so when Twitter comes along or Facebook comes along, it's just an extension of what we were doing with flyers and business cards before it all became digital. So what excites me about it is it just makes stuff that we normally did anyway as hustlers, but digitally, so it makes it cheaper and it's easier to do from your mobile. But really it's just an extension of what we're doing anyway. That's what excites me.
You know what I really like? When I asked Raj, how do you measure your social media? He said to me, in cash, in money. You know, I don't know if you know, I teach social media, and when I've got a room full of people, I ask them who's actually made money out of social media, and no one puts their hand up. It shocks me. I think in years to come, social media will just be a standard. Come through, Michelle. Don't worry, this is Michelle, the optician. Hello. Here's something interesting. I went to a wedding this weekend, and I spoke to a beautician. And the beautician says, I want to sell my business. I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She's had it for years. She went to a special agency that sells beauticians. You know what they told her? They said that there's no point selling her beauticians without a fan page, a Twitter account, because it's not worth as much. So she's on it now. Unbelievable. That people selling their businesses need to have equity, and now social equity is part of that. That gave me a buzz, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You ever heard of anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, I've overseen some mergers and acquisitions. I was involved in the sale of the company, and the sale of that company, which was based in Los Angeles, Content Next, where I was working, was sold to The Guardian in 2008, and they covered news, mergers, acquisitions, profits, executive moves, and things like that. And the reason why they sold for a high valuation is because the people that followed that news blog were all CEOs, CTOs, and we as a business had their email addresses, and we're communicating with them, and they're a high value demographic, and we're having high engagement with them. So of course the amount of records that you have, the user base that you have, is what's worth something, yeah.
I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to ask Raj, what do you feel is your best return on investment? Which platform is your best return on investment?
Today, Facebook. Yeah, without a doubt. Because you can just jump in there and it's got the highest number of people, and you can decide whether you want to communicate via text, via video, via posting a flyer, by doing a Q&A, via tagging people. Not tag-jacking people, not tagging people against their will, putting them in photos where they're not and so on, but doing like legit engagement.
You heard it here, people.
Yeah.
And when you look at your Google Analytics, you'll find that people are staying longer from Facebook. Your least return on investment? Social media?
So far today, buying. Still early and still you need to focus and figure out how you can get a lot of value to 6 seconds.
I agree.
It can be done, but it just needs a bit of time. I
agree with you there. And I don't think people are putting backlinks on Vine. So look, we'll wrap it up. This is Raj. He's the man. You're going to hopefully interview Tim Ferriss.
Tim Ferriss is going to be in Dublin as well, with Kevin Rose and all the others.
Tim Ferriss, if you're watching this, call Raj. He wants you.
And I lost 13 kilos on 4 hour body.
Hey!